watching GBTA TV. I'm Monty Francis. Day 3 of the GBTA 2011 convention got off to a high-powered start with some big names in business travel. Attendees heard from CEOs of some major travel suppliers during the Travel Value Chain panel in the Wells Fargo Theater. Panelists included the CEO of Frontier and Republic Airways, BRYAN Bedford, the CEO of Expedia, DARA KHOSROWSHAHI, and Gordon Wilson, the president and CEO of Travelport. The industry leaders discussed the prospects for business travel given the current condition of the global economy.
Even today's press there's some talk about some slowdown in India and China, so we're being vigilant, but we're still pretty bullish about emerging market growth.
Most of the growth that we've seen is in international markets where the revenue growth was 45%. The weakness of the dollar helps.
What we've seen over the last 6 months is very robust demand. We haven't had any difficulty filling up aircraft.
Attendees enjoyed the rare chance to get a glimpse into the future of the business travel industry from those at the top.
It was very good because I got to see the view from the agencia and then also from the airline, and so it was a balanced approach, and so it was quite interesting.
I thought it was really insightful. I mean, it's always nice to hear the different perspectives from the different leaders and the different supply chains, and you know the different perspectives for us that we already talk about within ourselves. It's a much different perspective when it comes from the top.
In between sessions, crowds gathered in the GBTA Events Pavilion to watch TRX demonstrate how business travelers can simplify their lives with secure online technology. Travel Links turns airline, car rental, and hotel booking into a mobile itinerary on your smartphone, and True Expense makes managing expense reports a breeze.
We take the time to submit an expense report down from 45 minutes to something like what you saw here, 5 to 10 minutes. So it makes life easier.
Our travelers and talking to them on a regular basis, it makes it easy. A lot of times they're sitting around with nothing to do. They can take a picture of their receipts, and they get it uploaded in the system. It saves them time when they are back from their trips and they don't have to spend all that time with their expense reporting.
Tuesday's keynote speaker was Meg Whitman, the former CEO of eBay. Whitman shared her experience turning eBay from a small tech company into a worldwide corporation with almost $8 billion in annual revenue. Her message to GBTA Convention attendees focused on innovation.
Each and every one of you have to think of yourself as innovators in your own organization or your own company.
We're backstage here with one of this year's keynote speakers, Meg Whitman. Thanks so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Now, you're a business leader, so what do you think are the benefits of attending a convention like this?
First of all, networking. You're going to find people that could be customers, people that could be suppliers, and I believe there's, to innovation, there's a certain amount of serendipity, and you never know who you're going to run into that could change the course of your company or your department. So I think networking is probably number one. Number two is skills. There's all these different seminars, things that, you can learn actual real skills to help you do your job better. So those are probably the two.
You also talked in your speech about the importance of personal contact.
Yeah.
Is that also something that makes this helpful?
Well, I am a big believer in personal contact. Yes, I am a technology executive and internet executive, but nothing substitutes for one-on-one conversation, one-on-one interaction. And so, with 6,000 of your peers in one place, that's bound to be fun and interesting and entertaining and probably fruitful for your business as well.
Is there anything you can say about GBTA and the work that the organization does?
Well, I am a big believer in the power of many. What we can do together, none of us can do alone. And GBTA is nothing more than the force of all these members who bring expertise and points of view to the table, and then it can be consolidated, and GBTA can go out and do government relations and lobbying and, bring together this industry. So I think it's a good example of the power of many.
Okay, Meg Whitman, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Then the crowds moved from lunch to the trade room floor, where some GBTA sponsors were busy promoting their products and services.
We've got a little bit of everything. We are, of course, serving goodies for our team, for our customers and prospects and our partners, but we've got 4 demo stations of the Get There program for our online tools and services that we provide, and we have a couple of new things which have to do with virtual meetings that we're integrating for the first time, so where companies companies decide that they want alternatives to travel, we're building a system to do that. We're demonstrating that as well.
It's a tremendous experience. We're a sponsor here at GBTA, and as Carlson Hotels, we have a great opportunity to engage with the travel buyers and give our hotels first-hand exposure to those critical customers of ours.
We are very happy to be a diamond sponsorship of GBTA for a number of years now. The display we're having today shows the 14 airline members of Skyteam Alliance that have been growing really quick these last years. This year we have the inclusion of another 2 Chinese carriers, and next year will be a big year for Skyteam also, with the inclusion of another 4 additional carriers to Skyteam.
Visitors were able to fully stretch out in Delta's business elite seating.
It's probably the best seat I've had probably in about 5 years. So I'm sold on Delta. Sign me up now. But yeah, it was really relaxing.
Thank you for flying with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And before the convention's over, be sure to drop by the GBTA exhibit, where you can pick up a high-tech wristband full of GBTA resources and learn about the benefits of membership. You can also reserve exhibit space at next year's GBTA convention in Boston. But hurry, 80% of the spaces are already taken. And that wraps up day 3 of the GBTA 2011 convention here in Denver. There are 2 things to remember for Wednesday. The first is that the exhibit floor opens early at 9 a.m. and then closes at 11:30 a.m. And don't miss Oscar-winning actor Sean Penn. He takes the stage at 1:30. I'm Monty Francis for GBTA TV.